All right, here's the tutorial if you want to do a traditional drawing for your postcard. I printed my image, but you can just leave it on your computer if you want. Measure each side of your original image. So that went to 4, cut it in, then you'll end up cutting in half. So that one was 5.5. And then I make the size the same, so 4 by 5.5. If your original image is too big, just make it smaller so you don't have to do, or you can do a full page if you want. It's up to you. I like to put tape because I think it makes a nice clean border. I put the tape on some fabric first so it helps it not rip the paper. Now you're finding your halfway mark. So half of 4 is 2. I put a little mark. Half of 4 is 2. Put a mark. Connect them. And if you're doing this on the computer, I'll show you later, you can just put Post-its on the computer where the marks are instead of, having to print it off. Usually you can make a grid in Photoshop too to show you, make lines in Photoshop over the digital image. Now you do the same on your paper. So put the mark at 2, halfway, a 4. There's my mark halfway. Connect them, draw really lightly. Even this was pressing too hard. And then find halfway again. You're gonna erase that grid later, so you want it very light. So now you can leave it at 4 if you want, or split up each of these 4 sections into 4 more sections, and then you have 16 sections. So if it helps, you can just keep making it a more detailed grid if it's easier. It's totally up to you if you want to do 4 sections or 16 sections or no sections. If you don't want to grid it, you don't have to. I just think it's an easy way to start a drawing. So that correlates with that. And I focus on drawing the negative space, the space around the sculpture, so that it kind of abstracts the shape for your brain, so you're looking at more of what's actually there than the symbols your brain wants to create for you. And just take your time. I like to start with outlines of everything and place everything, but some students like to just start and they will fully complete a whole section and then move to the next section. So everyone has a little different drawing style. Alright, so now I've filled in my outline. I can erase my grid. You can still see my grid, which bothers me. I should have drawn lighter, but it's okay. This is our first project. I was also rushing, which is never helpful in sculpture class. And now I'm ready to really add in the values. So this sculpture is very dark. So I'm going to have a variety of really dark tones, but I should have really dark tones, medium dark tones, lighter dark tones. So try to get a range in your drawing of different tones. Okay, when you're done, final touches, I got really annoyed by those grid lines, so I just added a little value in the background, blended it in so that you couldn't see the grid lines as much. So think about what you want your background to be. I could make the background a little darker than that, or I could leave it the white of the paper. It's totally up to you. You make your decisions for your postcard drawing. Some people like to use a tissue to blend instead of their hands. Now taking the tape off, I'm going to try to go slow, and I try to pull the tape perpendicular to the direction it's going, so I'm trying to pull it sideways. The paper, a lot of times it rips anyway because of the paper quality or the tape quality, and it's okay if it rips a little bit. It's not a big deal. Since I'm using my sketchbook here, the paper definitely ripped, but it's terrible. But it makes a nice clean border for my work, so I like that aspect of taping. Now add your title of your original sculpture. So I put Anne Klein, Baby in Transit by Willie Cole. I should put the date on there, I believe 2009 for the sculpture. So if you have a year it was made, that's great. And then you put your own name up at the top, so I know you made that one, and that's your artwork. Remember to take your in progress pictures while you're working. You need 3. And then when you're done, take a final picture of your artwork, crop it, type up your artist statement, and upload both to the final assignment. Thank you.